everybody, welcome to the Gen X Muse YouTube channel. I'm just posting this now because TJR recently posted a video where he was talking about the Station to Station album by David Bowie, because they had just released a half-speed master anniversary release for the album. I'm guessing it's the 50th anniversary because it came out in 1976. And he also happened to have this. This actual copy was his. And he and Superfan on the videos that they like to post were saying that this is good, but the remastered half-speed master album sounds better than this because it has, like, the instruments are more well-defined, apparently. That would be really nice to hear. But because he was getting rid of this, I reached out to him and I told him I would like to purchase this from him. So this is a record formerly owned by TJR, another great YouTuber. And I have this now, and thank you, TJR. It arrived on in my mailbox, actually. And we're probably going to be checking this out or putting this on later this evening. And I don't have any way to compare it to anything. I don't know if I really want to do a comparison video, and it's going to be a very long process for me to try to do like an Audacity test on this versus, I guess, like this, because I have this. It's the CD copy on RCA. So I love this album. This is like one of my favorite Bowie albums. So David Bowie, by the way, I love David Bowie, and I barely covered him on Gen X Muse because basically we covered Ziggy Stardust in a solo discussion, and I may have to re-record that because I'm not sure it came out the way that it should have been done. So I feel like we're gonna redo that and probably do more stuff at some point on Bowie. If we get around to repurchasing his things, because it's that's the thing about being one of these creators that talk about music on the internet, because it means you have to cover all these people, and it means you need the records in most cases. So I would need to get more stuff, it's tough when you realize, oh my god, I loved all those records too. And I had all those CDs. I used to own RCA CDs of almost everything, up from, like, the very beginning of his solo career up to, I believe, Scary Monsters. That was the last RCA release of his, and then he went to EMI America or whatever, and he started putting out Let's Dance and Tonight and Never Let Me Down. I'm not gonna get into that right now. It's not the greatest. That's one of those things, like, there are probably people like, we don't talk about that one. But he's got so much great stuff, and it's like, oh god, it's very harrowing thinking about it, because it's like with the Beach Boys, very harrowing when you realize there's so many albums. Oh gosh. Neil Young, another one, there's so many albums. Bob Dylan, there's so many albums, You realize, oh my god, do I have time? I don't know how other people have time to cover all these. But I can tell you, though, I definitely have known this record for a long time, and it is one of my favorites, so I was very happy to get it from TJR. It looks really nice, too, by the way, and this is what it looks like. I might as well show you. Okay, so that's what the record looks like. It's on that really cool sort of tan RCA label, or beige RCA label, and this is the cover. There was an inner sleeve of this. Oh my gosh. Well, there's supposed to be, I thought there was supposed to be two sides of this. I guess there isn't, but this is what's on the inner sleeve right here. Recorded by Bowie, Harry Maslin, guitar Carlos Alomar, piano Roy Bittan, drums Dennis Davis, bass George Murphy. George Murray, rather. Vocals, War and Peace. War and Peace. Oh, God. Guitar, Earl Slick. Photography, Steve Shapiro from the film The Man Who Fell to Earth. See, now that's another thing. The Man Who Fell to Earth. Now, you feel like, should we cover that? Because that's very adjacent to this record. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's quite an interesting journey. The story of his career and the things that he worked on. You know, depending when you go to the 70s, like he went from, you know, Ziggy Stardust, you know, Aladdin Sane Diamond Dogs, then, you know, the Thin. Was he the Thin White Duke next? I think he was, but I mean, then what's the Berlin Trilogy? Was that part of the Thin White Duke or what? I don't know. I kind of feel like those things are still very closely connected, you know, especially because you get to the Berlin Trilogy, and like the Berlin Trilogy is not consistent with all, like they're not all. Heroes Low, those feel like a part 1, part 2. Lodger does not feel like it's connected to those records at all. Unless because it's Brian Eno. But Brian Eno decided, let's not do what we did with those, you know? He just kind of went off of that plan, you know? And then Scary Monsters almost feels like that kind of feels almost like that's connected to the Berlin Trilogy period, though, you know? So it's hard to know with David Bowie. I mean, he goes all over the map, even during a period where, like, you think that map is very similar, you know? But I love this particular album, so I'm going to give this a listen very soon. But, yeah, I just wanted to say this is great, and thank you, TJR, for letting me buy this from you. And I guess we'll talk about what this sounds like at a later time. So anyway, Anyway, thank you, and we will be back with some more stuff on this channel and also on the podcast. And keep listening, because we just wrapped up the White Album series. I had Angel on with me for the Side 4 discussion. Skylar Moody was on the Side 3 discussion. Sides 1 and 2 were Abby and Lars. So check those out, please. And pretty soon there's going to be a last sort of part of that, because we didn't talk about the Hey Jude single, and I'm going to do a separate show on that. Anyway, thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. The Gen X News.